नमस्कार। ग्रेट मैन इंटरनेशनल स्कूल की ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं। कोविड-19 महामारी के इस दौर में मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि आपका परिवार पूरी तरह सुरक्षित है, स्वस्थ है और बच्चों ने लॉकडाउन में बहुत एंजॉय किया है। अब मैं आपका सपोर्ट चाहता हूं। इस ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में बच्चों की शिक्षा को हम अब स्टार्ट करते हैं और बहुत ही जल्द जो भी आपका बैकलॉग है हम उसको क्लियर भी करेंगे और एक नए तरीके से आपकी शिक्षा अब स्टार्ट होने वाली है। पेरेंट्स का हमें पूरा सपोर्ट चाहिए। आप लोग पिछले 10 सालों से लगातार हमें सपोर्ट करते आए हैं और मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि अगर हम और आप मिलकर चाहेंगे तो बच्चों की शिक्षा का कोई नुकसान नहीं होने वाला है और हमें और आपको मिलकर अब एक रीस्टार्ट करना है। नाउ लेट्स रीस्टार्ट। बेस्ट ऑफ लक। नमस्कार।
Hello scholars, hope you are safe and healthy. As you know, the whole world is going through a tough time due to COVID-19. This should not affect your studies, so here we are bringing the online classes for you, which will help you in your studies at your home. I'll be teaching you social science, and first we are starting with the economics, chapter number 4. As you have already completed the first 3 chapters in the month of February and March. So here we are starting with chapter number 4, globalization and the Indian economy. As we know, we have a wide variety of choice in goods and services, whether it is latest mobile, television, cars, etc. This was not so few years before, where we have very limited choice in variety of goods and services. This wide-ranging choice of goods and services in the market is possible due to the transformation of markets throughout the world. Now we are going to know how this transformation of market is being done in the world. The very first topic of the chapter is production across countries. Earlier, production was largely done within countries. During British period, India exported raw materials and imported finished products. At that time, trade was the medium which connect different countries. But in today's world, production is not limited in a country itself. And this is possible because of MNCs. What MNC is? Multinational corporation. MNC is a company that owns and controls production in more than one nation. Here we can see an example of a large MNC in USA. This MNC producing industrial equipment and design its product in research centers in USA. And then its components manufactured in China. These are then shipped to Mexico and Eastern Europe, where they got the market for finished products. Meanwhile, the company's customer care is carried out through call centers located in India. In this example, the MNC is not selling the finished product globally, but the more important thing is the goods are produced globally. Through this, an MNC can reduce 50 to 60% of its cost of production, and this will also help in earning more profit. Now we move to the next topic, that is interlinking production across countries. We have seen with an example that how an MNC is doing global production. But how this MNC sets up its global units in different regions of the world. It sets up its production units on the basis of closeness to the markets, availability of skilled and unskilled labor at low cost, availability of other factors of production is assured, government policies that look after their interests, developed infrastructure and safety measures. Through all this, an MNC decides its production units in different regions of the world. There are different ways in which an MNC controls its production globally. They are by setting up partnerships with the local companies through their investments. This also helps the local company to improve their standard with the technological advancement. But the most common route for an MNC is to buy the local companies and then expand its production. For example, Cargill Foods, a very large American MNC, has bought over smaller Indian companies such as Parak Foods. Parak Foods had 4 oil refineries whose control has now shifted to Cargill. Cargill is now the largest producer of edible oil in India with the capacity to make 5 million pouches daily. There is another way through which an MNC controls its production, by using the local companies for their supplies. For example, the small producers of garments, footwear or sport items supply their finished products to the MNC, and then these MNCs give their brand and sell them in the worldwide markets. These large MNCs have a tremendous power to determine price, quality, delivery and labor conditions for these distinct producers, which they can't do. In this way, these MNCs can reduce their cost of production and can earn more profit. As a result, production in these widely dispersed locations is getting interlinked. Now we move to the next topic, that is foreign trade and integration of markets. For a very long time, foreign trade has been the main channel connecting different countries. Chinese toy manufacturers learn of an opportunity to sell their toys in India, where toys are sold at very high price. Through foreign trade, Chinese toy manufacturers got an opportunity to expand their business. This also increased the competition between Indian and Chinese toys. With this, the Indian manufacturers also got an opportunity to compete with them and improve their quantity and quality too. Thus, foreign trade helps in connecting the markets or integration of markets in different countries. We have completed today's topic. Today, we studied economics, chapter number 4, globalization and the Indian economy. Let us revise some important points related to the chapter. First topic, production across countries. Colonies such as India exported raw materials and foodstuff and imported finished goods. Trade was the main channel connecting distant countries. This was before large companies called multinational corporation MNCs emerged on the scene. An MNC is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. MNCs set up offices and factories for production in regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources. This is done so that the cost of production is low and the MNCs can earn greater profits. The goods and services are also produced globally. Therefore, production is organized in increasingly complex ways. The second topic is interlinking production across countries. MNCs look for government policies that look after their interests. The money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines, and other equipments is called investment, and an investment made by MNC is known as the foreign investment. At times, MNCs set up production jointly with some of the local companies of these countries. Next topic is foreign trade and integration of markets. Foreign trade creates an opportunity for the producers to reach beyond the domestic market. Producers can sell their produce in their own country as well as in other countries of the world. Goods can be imported to expand the choice. With the opening of trade, goods travel from one market to another. Producers in the two countries now closely compete against each other. Foreign trade thus results in connecting the markets or integration of markets in different countries. The next topic is Chinese toys in India, which is an example of foreign trade. Chinese manufacturers export toys in India, where toys are sold at a higher price. Buyers in India have choice between Indian and Chinese toys. Because of cheaper price and new designs, Chinese toys became more popular in the Indian markets. Indian buyers have a greater choice of toys and at lower prices. For the Chinese toy makers, this provides an opportunity to expand business. Indian toy makers face losses as their toys are selling less. You can revise these points and understand the chapter properly. Further chapter we will be completing in the next class. Hope you have understood the chapter well. For notes, question answers, you can refer the link given in the description box. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.